What's up, y'all? Strays EMIP, and you're gonna get a different video today. We're gonna talk about a question I got. A question that was in the comments of that last video, or one of the last videos, because I was talking about the load board, and someone asked, like, why would a company wanna manipulate the load board to their favor? So I got some ideas. So let's talk about it. Let's pretend we're a company, and this is the map of the United States, the Midwest, and we're just gonna put a couple of locations on this. So here's Indianapolis. I live down here in Louisville. See all those little stars? Those are some of my favorite places. So let's say this is a big shipper right there. All these big dots is big shippers, like Fort Wayne. And when I say big shippers, I mean you go to these places and you could get paid, make a lot of money, right? So these are the big paying loads, the big paying areas, not necessarily the areas, but let's focus more on the shippers, more on the customers, all right? So that's a few. And then let's throw in a couple of smaller customers. See, because you gotta remember that being a carrier, the big you have to service your customers. You have to service the small customers just as good as the big ones, right? Because you're trying to get all the money. I mean, they are paying customers. You got to give them your best service, right? So, all right. So here's my little dot. Here's my little map of the Midwest, and you see these little small dots. These are not so great paying customers. So the loads kind of suck out of these small dots, and these big dots, loads are plentiful. Let's say like $2 a mile or better, right? So if we run in a load board, and these are the loads that you can pick out of, and you can pick from, guess where all the owner operators will be? They'll be running like this, right? They'll be running like this, This is where all the owner operators will be. Excuse me, this is where we're going. We're doing all of that, right? That's where we run it, because that's where the big money load is. Okay, so let's go ahead and take those lines out, and let's pretend we are in Indianapolis. Okay, there's my little truck. Okay, there we go. I always wanted to do a video like this. And we're looking for our next load. We know usually we can go to Indianapolis and catch a big load from a shipper and go somewhere with it. But suppose the company didn't let us see that anymore, right? Suppose they didn't let us see this one over here, because they'll know we'll shoot over there to Lafayette and get something. And yeah, maybe they won't show us that one either, even though that's kind of a drive. So guess what we're going to do? We're sitting there with our little truck, right, in Indianapolis. These are our choices, right? This is all we got. These guys right here. Unless we want to deadhead clear up to Fort Wayne or clear down there, wherever that city is. So we might have to pick up something over here. Pick up something over here. And then take it to wherever it goes. Unless we want to do a lot of deadheading. So it if you could kind of control the load board with maybe taking some of the customers away, it could kind of force you to go places you don't want to go. And that's these little customers, because they want to service. Like I said, they customers, everybody gets the same service. Well, you know what I mean. They try to service the lower customers as just as good as the big customers, but we know the bigger paying customer is going to get the real good service. But the little customer doesn't know that. So anyway, that's what's going to happen, right? So that's theory number one. If you're in a particular spot, say you're here in Dayton and they don't want you to see that, and they don't want you to go over to Columbus, you are going to most likely go to the smaller places and get a load. It's just what it is. They know that, right? All right, so that's one theory, okay? Let's talk about the obvious one. Since we all know when you have a company that has owner operators as well as company drivers, oh man, it pays better, more money in the company's pocket to have a company driver do a load than an owner operator. You gotta pay owner operator big bucks to go get that load. So let's go ahead and draw a couple of loads. Let's just draw, let's say Indianapolis. Boom. I don't like that circle. There we go. Indianapolis to Columbus. I don't know how far that is, but we're gonna throw in, we're gonna say that's, gosh, what is that? I used to do that all the time. Let's just say it's 200 miles, okay? So it's 200 miles, and that means this load's paying $400. Yeah, $400 to do that 200 miles. Simple math. That is $2 a mile. But let's just say it's paying $400 because I do want to break it down. That's what Schneider gets. That's what the company gets. $400. So we're gonna get 65% of that, right? So 65%, I got my calculator. All right, so the contractor is gonna get $260 to go from Indy to Columbus, okay? $260 right there. Now, suppose a company driver did that, right? 200 miles, let's say he's getting 43 cents a mile. That's kind of average. That's an all right paying job, right? Well, he's gonna get $86. Why pay somebody $260 when you got all these company drivers all over the country? They could run that for $86. I know you might say, well, you know, 260 minus 86, it's $174. That's not much. But you remember, they got thousands and thousands and thousands of loads all across the country. So you gotta extrapolate that, okay? All right, so let's make it even a bigger plane run. Now, just pretend in my cities, you know, we got a couple of places. We got one place here, and it's going way to some place over there. Hey, I don't know. But this, let's just call it, it's 500 miles, right? Oh, we don't like that. We don't like that. Sorry, bear with me. 500 miles. It pays $1,000. That's to the company, because I do want to kind of do the percentage. So let's say it pays more than that. Let's say it's $1,000 to the company. So we know we're going to get $650, right? But if a company driver does that, paying 43 cents a mile, he's going to get $215. Let's put it over here. $215 to run this back and forth, right? When a owner operator is gonna get $650. So it benefits them to kind of take your board and get rid of that, because they're gonna have a company driver run that for pennies compared to what they're gonna give you. You know, so these are reasons. That's one big reason why, if you're going to be a contractor, you really want to be with a company that has all owner operators or all contractors, so there's none of that going on. Because this is money, man. This is money in the bank to a company. Money in the bank. If a company driver does it, they going to save big time. Okay, so that's the reason why that your board might just look, it just might not be what you think it should be. Right? That's a reason the board could be manipulated. So I gave you two possible reasons. You know, you could have, let's say, one more drawing here. Let's clear all of this out. Where I live down here in the Louisville area, right? There's where I live. But let's say I'm up here in Indianapolis, and these guys over here, these are the loads that ship loads to Louisville, right? Well, they know if, you know, I live in Louisville, and it'll be advantageous for me to kind of just grab one of these loads, and whoops, I done shifted that, to grab one of these loads up here and shoot down to Louisville. They know that. So how about you could, don't show it, You know, just don't show those Louisville loads. God, get it out of there, get it out of there, get it out of there. Because we know he goes to Louisville. I mean, remember, the company, they got your next available locations in Louisville. You know, that was one of my next available locations. This where I tell them, hey, if I go here, I'm off, right? They know that. You tell them. So wouldn't it be, I mean, I couldn't find a load. I ain't even gonna get into that. But basically, that's another way of them maybe not making you go home. I mean, it's real simple. If you're running a program, you could implement this. It's simple code, right? Or just throw in some switches. Okay, the load's going to Louisville. We kind of turn those switches down, turn them off. Anyway, those are the possible reasons why a board can be manipulated in the company's favor. We don't know if this is going on, but I think something's going on. Something like that. But anyway, it's really that simple. So that's how it could benefit the company to do that, so you run harder, or you don't run as hard and company drivers run and they make more money, because it's all about money in their pockets. And since now companies that are publicly traded, you know, they have to make money for the shareholders. You know, they got to constantly show growth. All right, so how could you show, one easy way to show growth is just making more money of something that you already do and make more from it, if that makes any sense. You know, I'm not one of them financial dudes, but I think you get the picture, right? If I normally go to the store and spend $1 for gas, I could go to that same store. If I can go to that same store and spend $50 for gas, at the end of the week, I'll have more money. See, that's basically what they do. And then I can say, hey, look at all this money I got, but I'm really doing the same thing because I saved. All right, that's the video. I didn't want it to go too long. I hope you liked my drawing. I haven't done anything like that before. And I'm just playing around with this, and I just want to do something a little different. Anyway, so there's your reasons. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out those other videos. I think you'll like them as well. I'm Dre, EMIP TV is out.